going to wander in. I've never met her, but I think she's just darling and seems like such a nice person. And her clothing line, I think, is really fun and fresh and very California, which, you know, that's where I'm from.
Exactly.
So I think that's so neat that she's here and creating this sort of point of view for everybody.
And it's her second year as one of our Q50 ambassadors, and she's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, that's
so we
great.
Get to spend an entire hour with her. All right, Miss Jill, let's talk about our sterling silver gemstone link box chain bracelet. It's a box chain, so you know that it's going to be sturdy and strong.
Yes.
And
the
give you everything
2.7
you
gauge
want.
that we just talked about.
Oh,
so
perfect.
it matches back to that necklace.
Perfect.
So if you're trying to put like in perspective, well, what size is that? It's the same gauge as the necklace we just showed you.
Perfect. Love it. And Jill and I also have a different necklace on that will be coming up a little bit later on in the hour, so that you know. You're going to choose the size, the length that you need in the bracelet, and then you're going to tell us which gem. So let me go through the sizing a little bit. Now these are sized. I'm going to give you the fit. You don't have to worry. We've done the work for you, as we like to say around here. So an extra small would be a 6 1/4 inch fit, a small a 6 3/4 inch fit, an average, which is what I have on, is a 7 1/4 inch fit, a large is an 8 inch fit, and an extra large is an 8 1/4 inch fit. If you should ever get something home and it's the wrong size, we do exchange free for sizing. So keep that in mind as well when you shop with us. These are brand new.
Oh, we've been waiting to present
and they're so pretty because you know what? It's the best of the 12 years. It's the iconic chain in the in 2.7 millimeters that you want, and then the colorful gemstones that are so beautiful on this. So we'll go through the gemstones for you.
Perfect.
And if you want to do it the same way we did last time, I thought that worked.
All right, so we'll start with our garnet here. Again, beautiful, vibrant. You can see when the light hits it, it just glows. And that's what you want from a garnet. Also, just want to point out real quickly, we did our basket weave texture on each side.
Yeah, you know what? These pieces from every angle are exceptional.
So good, I know.
Full carat, really 1 carat garnet.
And then we have our black spinel. So again, the light just dances. Look at that. And I think for the silver purist who really just loves black and silver, like that's your jam, this is the one for you with a little shimmer.
Actually, David Markstein was here, and he was talking about the popularity of black in the world of gold and in silver as well. So that black spinel, most popular, 90 points there. So just shy of a full carat.
So here's the look. I will tell you, we do this bracelet with diamonds. And it's expensive.
I bet.
So I love that we've done it here with the white topaz because I think it very much gives you that vibe.
Yeah, 90 points there, almost a full carat, and very, very popular. I mean, you cannot go wrong with that.
Then we move on down to this beautiful purple. Look how royal. I always call our amethyst like velvet purple because it just looks so
has that depth.
Saturated and so pretty. And again, please look at the color matching. There's not one that's cloudy. There's not one that looks a little off or lighter or out of place. They're matched perfectly.
Just beautiful. 80 points there.
Then we have that beautiful citrine, again, giving you that two-tone look, this beautiful, warm, almost golden honey kind of a color.
Perfect description, 70 points there.
And then finally, here's that Granny Smith apple green, as I like to say, that beautiful peridot, August babies, just a very sort of frosty green, I would say.
And that one will be 70 points.
Love it. One recommendation, not recommendation, just something to consider.
Okay.
When it comes to these bracelets, for me, I wear an average in all of our chain bracelets, without fail. With a bracelet like this, where you're really wanting it to stay up top, if they had had a small in this for me instead of an average, I would have done that.
Okay.
I feel like this is just my preference. I'm not saying because of the way the bracelet fits, you should change, but just think about that. If you are somebody who wants it to fit more like how your watch always stays right on top of your wrist, that would be the only reason where you might want to go down a smaller size.
Okay.
Because then it ensures that that beautiful bar of color stays on top the whole time. But that again, that's just a personal preference. It has nothing to do with the way it fits. I don't know how you would feel about that, but that's just how
I totally agree with you. Tony, repeat what you just said. Oh, 150 already ordered on that.
Everybody.
So I am trying to find, I probably don't have, this is the one ring that I don't have, but there you can see the peridot and remember the rings that we had.
That match great.
And obviously you don't have to do matchy-matchy, but just so that you can see.
But that you could?
Yeah, you could.
That you could do a designer matching stack ring and bracelet. All right, this is where, like, I'm going to fall back into host mode for just a second.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
to get a J bracelet with gemstones at this price, I've triple checked it to make sure it was right. Because I was not expecting to be able to get this kind of a look, weight, style from us. You know, sometimes our bracelets, you know, are well over 200 into the 300s, depending if we're adding gold, 4 or 5. So to be able to get our iconic box chain, to get all of this gem presence, and look at the quality again. I've layered it in here. Here's the citrine. This is another citrine bracelet we have on QVC.com. Here's the woven bracelet. We're going to talk about our legacy coming up. Like, look how great all those pieces are, but to get this bracelet for normally what one of our, you know, what a ring could be, I think is a really nice opportunity if this is a look you like.
You know, it's interesting to me because with my J jewelry, I have a pair of J earrings that I bought on sale, and we have a pair of sale J earrings coming up. I wear them with rare exception every day on air.
Oh, I love that.
Every day. You know why?
It.
Because they go with everything.
Yes.
They absolutely go with everything. And that's the beauty to me of this whole entire line. This will go with everything. Pick your favorite color. You don't have to be wearing purple to have the amethyst on. Maybe it has some sentimental reason to it. Maybe you're just looking for just sturdy, something that is beautiful and unique and has that signature look. Once you start your J collection, you will find it's not matchy-matchy, but it has that iconic look and feel, the weight of what the J jewelry collection brings you.
Yes, I mean that's the difference here, you know, like when you feel this, the chain has a nice weight feel to it, polish to it, all solid length. That piece that's going across your wrist also is not perfectly flat. It's slightly curved, so it fits over the wrist nicely. All hand-set gemstones. On some of the stones, we did do a little bit of an oxidized finish over the prongs so that the prongs kind of disappear. You see that on the amethyst and on the garnet. We did not do that. We left high polish for the citrine and for the peridot. Also just wanted to show you, like, here's, we have our cute little rainbow bridge piece that's coming up in just a few minutes. But again, you can layer that, the black bead, back to the black spinel. I mean, it just, look at the shimmer on that. It's a great piece. It's an easy piece. It's a quiet piece. You know, this is not big, bold, heavyweight, chunky. But yet, there's something sort of like very quietly elevated about the look.
And it's not too dressy, where you'd think, oh, I have to save that for a special occasion.
Oh, no, I hope not.
That's a big difference, I think, with J. Even with the gems, it's very wearable every day.
Well, you should wear those nice things every day. You deserve it.
What are we saving them for?
We've
talked about that.
I'm so into that in my life right now. Like, what are we waiting for?
What are we waiting
Wear
for?
the jewelry. Even if you're home and you're in your, you know, grubbiest lounge pants, who cares? Put on the darn jewelry. It makes you happy. You bought it for a reason, you know? And, and I think, too, as we get older, at least I found this for myself, Pat, like, now I'm at a point in my life where I look back at all the jewelry I bought, and most of it was just stuff. But then there are those pieces that I just love because I was with my husband and we were out shopping, or my best friend gave it to me for my 40th birthday, or, you know, it was the first really nice piece that I ever bought for myself and I still wear it every day. Like, jewelry is a very personal thing.
Absolutely.
There's usually an occasion or a person, right, that's associated with it. And it should mean something. There's plenty of times you buy jewelry because you're like, oh, that's cute, it would be cute with that dress. But once the dress is out, what do you do with the necklace? It doesn't work anymore. But not pieces like this. You know, these are those little life stripes, as our friend Joan Rivers used to call them. Little wrist reminders of things that you love, things that make you happy, that you can look down at your wrist and see how pretty this is. Gosh, that peridot with the chambray stone is really pretty together. And then don't forget, we're talking so much about the top, I wanted to show you the side too, because again, that's the basket weave texture, one of our signature textures with J. Look how beautifully they do that carving. We leave the underside polished and open so light can come through there, and then you can see the other side is finished so nicely too. Just sparkle, shimmer, and beautiful color.
Isn't that gorgeous?
I just love it.
All right, we're going to go through and we'll tell you what remains, because this is what happens when we bring you something new from J many, many times. So we'll start over here. And then that one will be your garnet. 100 remaining in the garnet, and then that will be completely sold out.
And that's across the 5 sizes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Here's your black spinel. 175 remaining. Most popular, one of the most popular, and here's the second most popular. 150 remain there, and that's going very, very quickly. And then we're gonna move ourselves to the February birthstone, the amethyst. 100 remain there. That beautiful citrine. 4 dozen.
Ooh.
That's it. And then our peridot could be the first to go. 2 dozen remain there. Again, we have extra small, small, average, large, extra large. Those are plastic J sizing as well, so you don't have to worry about that at all.